Hello, dear friends. A message from the Cobra contactee has just come out that has revealed many interesting things about the world situation and has forced me to change my article. Opinion piece. David versus Goliath. We are entering the crucial part of the year, between August 15th and October 18th. Eris and Pluto will form a quadrature. This period may seem worrisome. BlackRock finances the Great Reset of Davos. Inflation is here to stay, according to economists. Is a world event coming, according to John Moore? Are they strengthening the reset because they fear a pole shift? There are two key countries in this process, France and the US, obviously. A cryptocurrency based on the Lord of the Rings is born. Kitco begins trading stable coins backed by gold. Russia wants to open its Arctic seas to international shipping. Let's start. We are now entering the crucial part of the year. Between August 15th and October 18th, Eris and Pluto will be in an almost exact square. This is the most powerful astrological aspect of the year and would signify a battle between two timelines, the positive ascension timeline and the negative reset timeline. This period could look worrisome, as the dark forces will do everything in their power to continue their long-term plan to impose their will, according to the 2012 portal of the Intelligence Center for the Victory of Light. Martin Armstrong, a well-known economist, has developed a computer program called Socrates that makes predictions based on different cycles that often coincide with the information on this channel. He calls the August to October time frame a dark period. However, the forces of light are working behind the scenes to counter this. On July 25, the priestesses of the goddess did a powerful Kundalini activation in the catacombs of Paris, which would have given much needed energetic support to humankind. The forces of light have communicated that they are supporting the planetary liberation process and can drastically reduce the level of violence that could occur during the transition. Right in the middle of this August to October period of the Eris-Pluto square, certain major operations of the forces of light will be completed, and around September 18th, the dark forces may finally begin to lose power on the physical plane on the surface of the planet. There are two key countries in this process, France and the US. Martin Armstrong expects a turning point on September 23rd, 24th in France, but it would not yet be the time of the event. Sources reveal that it wouldn't be Trump who would return to the White House at the time of the event. Rather, an interim caretaker government would be formed until new elections could be held, as soon as logistically possible after the event. More and more people are becoming aware that only two companies, BlackRock and Vanguard, control the majority of the world's financial assets. BlackRock is the financial force behind the World Economic Forum's Great Reset plans in Davos, Switzerland, and it is to massively buy real estate from people so that you owe nothing and you are happy, in quotes. The real reason the dark forces would be in such a hurry to force their great reset is because they would fear a possible magnetic pole shift, according to speculation. A wild event would be coming, according to analyst and radio broadcaster John Moore, the Liberty man, who has many contacts with high-level Navy officials and scientists. The globalists are still buying lots of supplies, such as food, electronics, firearms, ammunition, communications equipment, etc. And they need the masses to keep wagging their tails off. Otherwise, they wouldn't be able to acquire more supplies for themselves, even as these are now hiding out on remote islands, moving into subway tunnel systems and cities, or planning to be off the planet when it all collapses. The event John Moore refers to would be a 10th planet, in quotes, fly by where a large dark planetary mass, which could only be seen with infrared telescopes, would pass close to the Earth's orbital plane around the Sun. The gravitational effects alone would cause a pole shift on Earth, and the former Navy scientist wanted. Inflation. Inflation is here to stay. The upward movement we are seeing in prices is not transitory, and big tech will suffer, says a financial advisor. Wages are going up, and generally what happens is that they don't go down over time, so they don't go up and down temporarily, said Chris Payne of Payne Capital Management. Even if you go to the grocery store, things are more expensive, so not only do I think inflation is not transitory, I think it's here to stay. And I really think it's going to affect different markets, he added. Inflation in Turkey. Turkey's inflation rate jumped for a second month in July, driven by higher energy prices and the reopening of the economy, further reducing the likelihood of a summer interest rate cut sought by the president. Fires scorch southern Turkey. Flames give Turkey no respite. At least 8 people have died as a result of more than 170 fires that started a week ago and are scorching the country's southern coast. The fire has destroyed forests and hundreds of livestock. The heat, low humidity, and winds are making firefighters' tasks difficult. On particular concern is the situation in the province of Mugla, as the flames could reach 2 thermal power plants where the work is being particularly intense. Turkish wildfires worst in history. Turkey is battling the worst wildfires in its history, President Tayyip Erdogan said Wednesday, as fires spread to a power plant in the country's southwest after reducing swathes of coastal forest to ashes. The Mediterranean has become a wildfire hotspot, with Turkey hit by the most intense fires on record so far, and a heat wave producing a high risk of new fires and smoke pollution in the region, a European atmospheric watch monitor said. Europe mobilizes resources to quell fires in Italy, Greece and the Balkans. The European Union is mobilizing air and land resources to help extinguish the forest fires that are affecting Italy, Greece, North Macedonia and Albania. 2 French seaplanes have been sent to Italy to help quell the flames that are raging on the island of Sardinia. California's advancing flames forced evacuation of an entire town. Advancing flames over the past few hours in California's largest active wildfire forced the evacuation of an entire town of more than 1,000 people Tuesday, according to an order issued by the Plumas County Sheriff's Office. A heat wave causes a massive thaw in Greenland. Greenland has recorded in recent days a massive thaw and a record temperatures in the east of this island, located in the North Atlantic, according to the latest data recorded by Danish scientists. In this autonomous territory under Danish sovereignty, which has the second largest ice sheet in the world after Antarctica, there was a melting of more than 20 gigatons of ice. Crypto coins. The JRR token, cryptocurrency based on the Lord of the Rings, is born. The one token that rules them all is the slogan chosen by the creators of the cryptocurrency in a clear allusion to the phrase "one ring that rules them all," pronounced by the character Gandalf in the first installment of Tolkien's mythical literary saga. The world of cryptocurrencies seems to have become a sort of traveling fair where all kinds of charlatans and some peddlers coincide with reputed academics and technology experts. The world already has about 4,000 cryptocurrencies, and many of them were created under the same mantra: to put an end to the dominance of Bitcoin and make its investors millionaires. And in that sense, the GRR token is no exception, according to Edgar Spinoza. The fall of Bitcoin could lead to a run on alternative currencies. The Bitcoin dominance rate is in the process of falling from an ascending support line that has been in place since the May 19 low. The subsequent rejection and fall in Bitcoin dominance could lead to a run on alternative currencies. Senators moved to exempt cryptocurrency miners from post-post tax rules. Crypto industry supporters in the US Senate introduced an amendment to the bipartisan infrastructure bill, which would impose new tax reporting rules on crypto brokers to make it clear that miners and cryptocurrency service providers would not be included in the bill's requirements. Precious metals. Kitco begins trading stable coins backed by gold. Canadian precious metals retailer Kitco Metals will begin trading its new cryptocurrency called Kitco Gold, which will be fully backed by physical gold held in reserve vaults while tracking market value in real time. Could gold double in price? One hedge fund manager who predicted the metal's rise on all-time high of $2,000 announced last summer is confident the price could climb to $3,000 to $5,000 announced in the next 3 to 5 years. Gold futures rose to close slightly higher on Wednesday after data showed a weaker than expected rise in private sector payrolls in July, but a record pace of expansion in the services sector, with input costs rising sharply last month. Gold gave back early gains on Wednesday as comments from a senior Federal Reserve official and record service industry data shifted concerns the Fed may ease asset purchases later in the year. Economy. Yemen loses. Yemen's second largest bank, Commerce Bank, posted a net loss of 527 million euros in the second quarter on Wednesday, due to provisions for voluntary redundancies and a drop in income due to exceptional effects. Indian rupee hits 6-week high. The Indian rupee strengthened to a 6-week high on Wednesday, boosted by gains in local stocks and inflows towards initial public offerings. Russia wants to open its Arctic seas to international shipping. Russia needs to upgrade the North Sea route into an international shipping corridor to allow season-long cargo transfers throughout the Arctic, the first deputy prime minister says. Aid to Latin America. Countries such as Argentina, Ecuador, and El Salvador are on the list of regional economies that stand to gain the most from this week's announcement by the International Monetary Fund. Those with the hardest road ahead are those with few physical reserves to guarantee their stability and with little access to credit in the international markets due to their high level of risk. And that's all for today. Thanks a lot, dear friends.